Alright, boys and girls, I just wanted to explain the color wheel a bit before we complete this project. We are going to be working with our mandala and setting up the color in a very specific way so that it correlates or relates to a color wheel. And I think most of us know that there are 3 primary colors in a color wheel, and they are the purest, most intense colors of all: red, yellow, and blue. The intensity of a color is really the brightness or the dullness of the color, and the primaries are the most intense. Now, when you mix these primaries together, you'll get the secondary colors. The secondary colors are orange, green, and violet, and they're duller because they are mixed together from those original primary. A color wheel is also set up in halves. You can see on this side of a color wheel you have all your warm colors that relate to warmth or the sun or fire, that make you feel warm when you look at them: reds, oranges, and yellows. And it's also divided into your cooler colors that give you a feeling of coolness when you look at them. Green, blue, and violet are considered cool colors, and they're split beautifully in the middle. Now, boys and girls, today when we're working on our mandala, we are going to always relate back to our color wheel because we're adding colors in such a way that the mandala reads like a color wheel. And you will be receiving a circular piece of paper that shows us how we divide the mandala into 6 parts. You can see that I cut out 1/6 of a circle. So this first 1/6 of this circle I'm going to set up as red. So from here I'll draw an arrow, and I'll draw it all the way over here, and I'll just put an R because I know this whole section is going to be my reds. I've already separated red colors into a little cup. Reds, pinks. Pink is related to red. I've got different shades of red: dark red, light red, very pinky. Those are perfect for this. Also, I've separated all these colors and materials into different cups so that I could keep them all organized and I would have enough materials to work with. So when I'm setting up with this color wheel, I'm just going to turn the dial. I can even cover up this red. I know that this is done. And the next section would be, once we relate back, would be orange. So I give myself a little arrow here. I can write orange, or I could just put an O and go to this point. I'm going to turn the dial again. I really don't need this. Maybe I'll make that. And the next section, the 1/6 of this circle, is going to be yellow. Next part of my color.
Okay.
Alright, sorry about that, boys and girls. I just realized you probably couldn't see my pencil, so I rewrote it in marker so you could see properly. So I'm going to turn the dial to another part of the mandala, and now when I look at my color wheel, I know that green is next because this is the secondary color that would mix with yellow and blue. Oh, yep, green, sorry, green. We're going to turn it again, and here we have our blue. You won't need to write in marker on your work. And once again, turn the last dial. Should be the last section of your mandala, and this will be violet. I put these little arrows so I know when to stop. So there I have it. It's all set. It's ready for color.
And then, yeah, that's
I've got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. And now I can start adding color. Sometimes it helps if you just lay this out, and because the mandala is so confusing to look at sometimes, it's better to cover up parts. Now you can use a variety of materials, and this whole section is going to be all related to the color red. Sometimes if you just add a little bit of this section, you can figure out where you're supposed to be lining up. Go all the way to the center. And you can pull that off and fix up your lines. Once again, I said pink also relates to red. It's actually white plus red creates pink. And I think I'd like to have sort of a variety, not just only markers. So I'm going to start with some markers, break up my space a little bit, and I'd like to now add some of my colored pencil. This section maybe I'll follow through. If I do this section of the mandala, I'll follow through to the next section. Unless you want to get a little tricky and try to set up a pattern with a different colored red, that could work really well too. You boys and girls always have such good ideas. I think I might use a pink here. Oops, doesn't work. There we go. There's my dog. Ah. And I think I'm not really happy with this. I have a darker. Whoops. I'm having terrible trouble. Try to be neat and consistent with your work. Craftsmanship matters. Neatness matters. People notice when you're sloppy. And there you go. There's the first section. Now I'm going to move to the orange. Once again, I can lay this circular shape out and really see the edge of the orange. Now I have marker on this section. I could continue with marker in my orange colors. Or I could change it up and make this section marker. You decide. Boys and girls, this is an example of a nearly finished piece. You can see I have one section left, which is violet, indigo violet, and you can see simply it shows us the color wheel, all the colors that mix together to make each color from your primaries, and we're just going to finish this up. They're going to look fantastic. Alright, boys and girls, this is an example of a finished piece. Set up like the color wheel.